He sank it from 30 feet. Ooh, get in the hole. Hello and welcome to Season 2 of Not 40 Just Blank, a podcast where we continue to take you back in time through the years and discuss all the weird and wonderful events within it, which make it so memorable for us. Each episode will find us chatting through the events, TV, news, sports, film and music of a single year, as well as the odd, funny and personal stuff that we can remember. So come and join us on our latest journey as we plough through the noughties, right here on Not 40 Just Blank. Okay, welcome back, Blankers. Now, in something of a first, we have a bloody guest with us, gentlemen. Can you believe we've lured someone through the fucking doors? We locked him straight after he walked through as well. So in a bit of a change for this season, we're going to try and get some musical and some entertainment guests on to join us in the podcast. And our very first guinea pig is Owen Williams, local legend. Good evening, Owen. How you doing?
Good evening, chaps. How are we doing?
Mate? Yeah, you all right?
Yeah, not bad, not
A
bad.
little round of applause.
Should we rip it?
For our first one.
Let's get the whole crowd going.
None of the others are getting that. That's it.
That's it. But only because we know he's done his homework. So we are mightily impressed. We've set tasks and he's done all of them, listeners. Yeah, which we are flabbergasted at because
let's wait till we hear
did.
You don't know if I've done them well.
We've built you up there, haven't we? A little bit.
Yeah,
but
mind you, the clap was a bit shit. It sounded like just putted on the 15th hole or something.
It wasn't quite
quite polite,
wasn't it? It was
I reckon we could.
well done, sir.
A gymkhana clap, wasn't it? It was a 50 at the cricket.
It was a 50.
It was a bit.
But then you're going to go into real panto mode.
Exactly. Yeah.
You could do better than that. And even if it sounds worse, you just go, yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
that's so very true. So, Owen, why don't you start by telling us and the listeners a little bit about yourself? Are you local? Are you not? What's your background?
What's my background? So I'm Southend.
Beautiful.
Born and bred.
Local boy. Makes you proud.
Local boy. I'm a musician. I run a business as well. I run a design agency.
Let's get the plug in. Go on, give us the name.
6 Red Squares.
Beautiful. So for any of your design needs, 6 Red Squares, everybody.
Lovely, yeah.
You're
hired.
Get a jingle on that.
So when you say musician, are you multi-instrumentalist? What can we expect?
No, I'm not one
you?
of those annoying people that can seem to pick up any instrument and play it, unfortunately. No, guitarist.
You mean like
Mr.
Phil Reynolds?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Which is adept at everything. Yeah. Pip Whitehouse.
The one-man band.
Yeah, you never heard that. So we cut that scene out.
Yeah.
We really did.
Oh, you'll have to listen to it. I mean, it was class.
Yeah, is that
some of the outtakes are scenes. You have to be heard to be believed.
Collaboration springs to mind.
Yeah, I can sense something coming on already.
Plucking a banjo string.
Yeah.
That is definitely the name of the album. Phil and Owen plucking their banjo strings. Okay. I'm buying it already.
I'm glad I found the levels.
If anything, you've raised the bar. Keep it up. So sorry, you can turn your hand to a bit of guitar?
Yeah. So I'm a singer, guitarist, songwriter. I've been doing that for quite a few years now as well. I play locally, London, done a few tours and things like that. Had a couple of albums.
You did your first album in 2009, wasn't it? I saw.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, quite a while ago now.
Reynolds in with the research. Good work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, I did another one. I've done a couple of smaller ones, but the last one was 2017, and I've got a few other things cooking at the moment.
So the stuff from 2009 and 2015, did any of that go into 2000? The one you did in 2017, or was it just completely new?
No, that one was completely new. Yeah, completely separate. I don't know why it took me so long between them to get them done. But
the difficult third album.
It's always, the difficult third album that no one was waiting for is always a toughie.
Did you go full jazz cat combo?
Yeah.
Because again, Phil can turn his hand to a bongo as well.
Yeah,
so
full compliment. You know. For that. Yeah, absolutely.
I've got a question for you. Do you remember your first gig and how was you pretty calm or was you bricking it?
Do you know what? I do remember my first gig, and I was really nervous. It was first proper gig because I started doing the open mics. And I used to play at the Grand in Leigh and the Sunrooms. So I really, really enjoyed those. But then I started doing a bit of a sort of duo thing with this other guy. and we got this gig, and it was I can't remember the place, but it was just off the 127. It was a really random like sort of function room place, and we were supporting this band, and we had a sort of set of 8 songs, like I think 2 of our own and 6 covers, and I was absolutely bricking it. And for our like set, there must have been about 12 people there.
Yeah.
So there's hardly anyone
Sometimes
there.
that's
And
the
it felt like Wembley.
That's so much more personal, I suppose.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty nerve-wracking, actually.
Yeah, because sometimes with bigger crowds, you can just lose yourself a bit more, can't you?
Yeah, and I think like generally over the years, I don't get. You always get a bit nervous, but it's like a good thing in an enjoyable way.
Was it? It wasn't Palms, was it?
Oh, do you know what? That went through my head. That properly went through my head, though. It was like, oh my God, he's playing it like the grab a granny night.
So the reason there was only 12 people and the rest were shagging in the rooms.
I did wonder what the polls were for.
Used to hear about a certain decorator that used to...
It wasn't Palms.
Yeah, clean up down there.
Cleared up at the end of the night. Minesweeping for women.
Start as you mean to go on, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So where could listeners find stuff of yours if they wanted to hear something? Are you online? Are you on YouTube? What's your stuff?
Yeah, I'm on all the main things. So I'm on Spotify. If you search for Owen Williams on there. Owen Williams Music on Instagram and YouTube. There's some up-to-date videos on there. I've got a single out that came out a few months ago. There's a live video of that on there. And then, Owen Williams Music on Facebook and that as well. So
splendid. Recommend checking it
places.
out, obviously. And then have you got gigs coming up in the future, or are you back to gigging after this whole COVID nonsense is kind of behind us?
I did. I played Lee Folk Festival the other week. That was really good. I played down in Dartmouth for their folk festival a few months ago. Got a few gigs in the pipeline. And working on a new EP at the moment. So it's sort of more of a recording thing at the moment. But hopefully, sort of October time, I'll be doing a launch gig for that new record. So, yeah.
Nice. What's that called? Or have you not? Is it unnamed as yet?
I don't know what it's going to be called yet. So I'm doing it.
A competition coming up.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm doing it with a female harmony group called the Ondines. So we sort of met at a gig. I really liked their set. They seemed to like mine. And then I wrote a couple of songs and I thought, do you know what? They could sound quite good. Invited them to have a little jam and we did, and the song sounded good. And so the whole EP now is sort of me and the Ondines doing it together. So, it's quite a nice sort of collaborative project, which I've not really...
Do you prefer collaborating or...?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think like songwriting is quite a personal thing. Like, it certainly always has been for me. And then, with the last album that I did, I got more of a band involved. And when we did the launch gig and other gigs since then, it's been more of a band situation. Just sort of getting other people's take on stuff you've written and that it's really good. It's interesting. You've got to sort of not be defensive.
I was going to say drop your ego.
Yeah, you've got to drop your guard and your ego about it. It's really interesting to see how they interpret it. And so far so good. We've been recording that down at SS2 in Southend, and we've got one session left, 2 songs to do, and hopefully September that'll be done, and then October we can gig it a bit. So.
Ready to release the baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Do they chip in with ideas as well? Or
yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I've always been a bit sort of like, this is how the song's structured and this is how it goes. But once you get in the studio, someone always comes up with some ideas, and some of them you think, no, I don't think that's going to work. Others you think, we'll just go with it. And I've certainly gone in there with certain sort of preconceptions of how a song's going to sound. And then by the time you recorded everything, it sounds pretty different, but in a good way. So, always up for a bit of, up for hearing what I got to say anyway.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah.
What is your songwriting process then? Are you more of a get the tune and then lyrics, or?
I don't know. Like, people ask that question and then I try and think what I do. I think I tend to get ideas first, like lyrically, and then I'll sort of sit down and, you know, mess around with a few chords and, you know, see what words fit with some of those chords. If something starts to work, you know, a little chord progression or something like that, then it snowballs. And sometimes it's really quick. You know, they do sort of say the best songs are written in half an hour. And to a certain extent, I've had a few that have just tumbled out. But then others you do have to work at a bit more, and they can be better for it. There's no real set formula for me. I kind of and some of my songs don't have any instrumentation either. They're just a cappella. So I'll sort of start with the words and a melody, and then sometimes I think, no, that'll do.
Why mess it up?
Why add some more stuff in? I quite like the whole sort of bluesy, gospely type genre as well. So, you know, those kind of a cappella things lend themselves to that. So,
as I say, it's quite unique, your style, isn't it? Especially, I think, for around here. It's got kind of a gothic Southern American.
What do you mean for around here?
No, it's just like
Chaz and Dave. Everyone's fucking...
No, but like...
Rabbit.
Do you not mention anything about Snooker Loopy in any of your tracks?
No, but from this area, he's
like
very...
You're not trying.
It's more... I think it's got more of American feel to it, I feel, isn't it?
I don't know. Do you know what? People say so many different things about what you do. And he's always interesting to hear people say things like that. But... for me, I was sort of raised on folk music. So my mum was a Bob Dylan nut, you know, and Neil Young and all that, and that was always playing in the house. So I love that folky stuff. But then I got really into like blues and gospel and you know, like bluegrass and stuff like that. I love things like Oh Brother Art Thou, great film by the way. Soundtrack. Incredible, and that sort of like that sort of gospel-y soul sound I really like. But you kind of put all these things in a melting pot, and then what comes out is what comes out. Really.
Yeah, and then you make your own thing.
I can't do it any other way. So what comes out is just what has to come out. Really.
Yeah.
So who would be your favourite artist, maybe of all time? And then if I could ask you a 2000s, who's out of the 2000s is the best artist that you can think of?
If I tell you my son's name's Dylan, that probably tells you who my favourite artist is of all time, and he is named after him. 2000, in terms of who my favourite artist is from 2000, I think one of my favourite musicians who did some amazing albums in the 2000s is Nick Cave.
I like Nick Cave.
I absolutely adore Nick Cave.
Also remember when we went to see you, he was quite into Elliott Smith.
Elliott Smith. Yeah, really like Elliott Smith. And even stuff like Van Morrison as well. Like latter day Van Morrison. Yeah. There's some like amazing albums that he's brought out, you know, towards the end of his career, which I really love as well. So it's really varied. But I guess if you had to push me, I'd probably go like. Some of those Nick Cave albums in the 2000s are just amazing. So, I'd probably go there.
Is it? Is he, because is his band The Bad Seeds, is it?
Yeah, and he's done all kinds of sort of different permutations of that and, you know, side projects. But he's an absolute genius. And if you read or listen to his lyrics, it's insane how good they are. I know. And the guy's the most like well-read. And if anyone else tried to write lyrics like that, you would come across just so sort of contrived and, you know, up yourself really. But he got
he pulls it off.
He pulls it off big time. Yeah. So Nick Cave definitely is the man, I would say.
It's a fair shout.
The only other thing. Was you ever into Ryan Adams at all? Or?
Funny you should say that. Yeah, Ryan, not Brian.
Exactly.
Both big fans.
Yeah.
So
both went their different ways at birth.
I love Ryan Adams actually, and I really got into his previous band, Whiskey Town.
Yeah, they were quite. Is it Pneumonia? Is it?
And all of that, like Empty Baseball Park and all that stuff, and then he did the Heartbreaker album, which I thought was brilliant.
That was this year we're talking about.
Yeah,
so,
which has got Winding Wheel on it,
Winding Wheel, yeah,
which I love.
right, yeah.
I love doing cover of that. It's a great song. But then you got Gold, which is just insanely good.
Yeah, it's quality. Yeah.
Even though Elton John tried to spoil it for everyone by telling everyone how good it was. When Elton John's telling you something's good, it kind of spoils it. For me, it spoils it a little bit. Amazing album. And then he's banged them out over the years. So many amazing albums.
Have you ever listened to his Taylor Swift cover?
Yeah. He did the whole album, didn't he?
Yeah.
He just covered the whole album. It's amazing.
Taylor Swift.
He did 1989 by Taylor Swift. It's quality. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good, and but that sort of thing is quite interesting as well because it just shows you that they're good songs.
Yeah, 100%.
And sometimes you get these pop records that are, and then they're covered by someone that you like or you prefer, and you're like, oh yeah, it's a great song.
Or kind of the flip side where you've got like a Miley Cyrus covering various songs when you realise how good her voice actually is.
But he opened me up to what a good songwriter Taylor Swift is by him covering her, complimenting it, and then I was like, oh yeah, actually, because the stage is actually of
that's when you left that book.
That's why I left that.
You'll give it.
I love a bit of Taylor Swift. I'm waiting for my daughter.
That's a genuine story, by the way.
I'm 100%.
He was dragging her along.
It's a genuine story. He was in my car once, and there was a Taylor Swift book, and he was like, "Whose is that?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know." It was yours, wasn't it?
Mate, I would own up to it, and I would. You know me.
So what was those?
I wasn't.
So
I would have taken
Del,
it. I think. I don't know if you even give it to me. Didn't Casey find it?
Yeah.
So who the hell is leaving Taylor Swift books?
It was like a Taylor Swift biography, but it was in the front seat, and Casey found it. She's like, "Whose is this?" I went, "Must be Dell's." I gave him a lift home earlier or something like that.
Mate, I would have had it.
And I texted him, and he's like, "No, it's not mine." And I was like, I bet it is.
If she's still got it, I'll take it.
I don't know.
Especially as it's got Dell's book.
Yeah.
If lost, return to.
I own a library, so I've got to take it back.
In like a pink glitter.
Of course. That's all he writes in nowadays.
Yeah.
It makes the death threat so much less.
I've seen that pen.
So we mentioned the covers and stuff. Are we going to get something from yourself a little bit later on in the podcast?
Yeah, I'll do. I'll do Winding Wheel. Ryan Adams.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice one. Yeah,
it's great. Great tune. But yeah, he's awesome. Obviously, he's had his tribulations in recent years, so he's. It's always a shame when like someone you really
Proper
respect their work and you idolise them a bit, and then they turn out to be a bit of a prick. But but the music's good.
It's even worse. We end up working with one of them. It's awful, Del.
Is that right?
We'll throw it out there. It's like, feels like he's talking about me now. Sorry, this is not the right time to wear my grievances. Especially as he's got my Taylor Swift book. Never going to fucking say that again, am I? Nice. Anything else for young Mr. Williams from you chaps?
No, I don't think so.
I'm quite liking the fact that we're going to get a little bit of that kind of country bluegrassy kind of vibes.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man.
It should be fucking good, man. This is outrageous. It's a brand new thing for us, so we're very excited to hear some music from yourself as well. So, just obviously before we kind of wrap up with yourself, do you want to plug your socials and the business one more time? It's the least we can do for you.
I'll do a proper plug, shall I? So the business is 6 Red Squares. So that's a design agency that I set up with a bunch of guys I went to uni with, and we haven't killed each other yet. So it seems to be going all right. Nice. 17 years in. So that's sort of websites, branding, digital marketing. And then, on the music side, it's Owen Williams Music on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify as well. You can go on there. I've got a single out called Progress at the moment, which is going to be on the new EP that we're recording. And you can get the whole back catalogue of what I've done is on owenwilliams.bandcamp.com. So you can get all the other albums on there as well.
Perfect. Cool. Well, definitely go and check it out, listeners.
Yeah.
But until a little bit later, it's been excellent, Aaron. So thank you very much for giving us your time.
It's a pleasure.
James, anything more from you guys for our first and greatest guest thus far?
We're just looking forward to the Desert Island Dicks and that.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we're going to strand him.
I've been swatting up for that.
Strand him up on the Desert Island as well.
So we sent Owen the Desert Island Dick questions. I mean, he's been prepping for that.
And these are noughties now.
Yeah, the first one are the noughties. Yeah,
so. Absolutely.
Yeah, tough. It was
everything
tough challenge,
changed.
actually.
Yeah. You're literally the guinea pig for everything. We're going to run you through the assault course outside. But
you're doing outstandingly well.
Just don't get offended if we don't do the second episode.
yeah, that's it. No, that format didn't work. Yeah. No more guests.
Scratch that. It's awful. No, it's been excellent. So until we strand you on the island, thank you very much thus far.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
More clapping from the crowd. I think so.
There we go.
Good to go, yeah? So this is Winding Wheel by Ryan Adams. Well, night time let her through. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I wanna see her. Precious little thing with eyes that dance around without their clothes. So buy a pretty dress and wear it out tonight for anyone you think could outdo me. I better still be my winding wheel, 'cause I feel just like a man without a single place to go of interest. And I'm further north and south. If I could shut my mouth, she'd probably like this. So I'll buy a pretty dress and wear it out tonight for all the boys you think could outdo me. I better still be my winding wheel. Woo. Well, children laugh and sing a song that ushers in her driving rain. And I'm standing at the station like some old record waiting on a train. So I'll buy a pretty dress and wear it out tonight for everyone you think could outdo me. I better still be my winding wheel. Will be my winding wheel. And be my winding wheel. Cheers, chaps.
Right, we rumble on, everybody. Welcome back to the pod. We are here with special guest, Mr. Owen Williams. No, I was expecting a slight round of applause.
Oh, sorry.
There it is. And this time, we've decided to strand you, Mr. Williams, on a desert island Dix. Or something like that. It's been a while since I did this.
Sounded right.
So just to be clear, this is definitely not the same thing that's on Radio 4. Here ends the legal disclaimer. So, are you ready to be stranded?
Yeah, I am ready, yeah.
Are you ready to be probed?
Always.
Excellent. He's 1.5 beers in. He must be. All right, so let's crack on. So, first question. Start for 10. What noughties Richard or Dick would you like to be stranded on said island with?
I've got to say, this is probably the one I struggle with the most.
Yeah.
Straight out of the gate.
Everyone says that.
I think,
But I'm going to go...
It's like it's the widest thing, isn't it? So you've got to just...
Yeah,
you've got too
and
much.
I don't feel like this isn't necessarily his decade either, but it's when I came across him the most.
That works.
So I've gone for Richard Pryor.
Oh,
Yes, that's a fine shout.
So we'd started, like, me and my mates had started going out, and we'd like get back at 3 a.m. from like tots and stuff like that, and we'd just put his stand up on.
Yeah.
Oh, mate,
With the black suit and the red shirt,
and
the one
because
was
you're
just talking about being on fire and shit.
smashed.
Yeah.
You just find it even more hilarious.
Yeah.
And I loved him like from the 80s as well. Like, you know, we did
What,
like
with the Gene Wilder films and stuff, yeah.
and
Hear No
stuff
Evil,
like that.
See No Evil.
Yeah,
all
classics, you know,
Amazing.
and like
Yeah,
Brewster's Millions and all that.
Yeah. Stir Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. And yeah, just in the 90s, the stand-up stuff.
Yeah,
I've
it's
got
quality, yeah.
bang into that. So
The crack pipe. The
yeah.
crack pipe years.
Yeah. So yeah, Richard Pryor.
That's a great
Yeah,
shout.
man. Yeah, it is.
That's
mate,
strong.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, yeah. It's a quality.
amazing.
Stand up. Yeah, he's
going to wear you down, though. He's gonna
I mean,
wear
yeah,
you down.
maybe on the
It'd be
other-
entertaining, though, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine?
Yeah, you need a lift, don't you?
He'd be entertained, but
Keep
he's-
spirits up.
But
So-
what Richard? What
I
is
don't know, there's something behind the eyes of Richard Pryor. I don't think he's always like
Is
that.
he?
So is the guy on the island going through rehab?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Yeah,
or is he
Right,
bang
so
on
that
the
could
good
be a
stuff?
problem.
yeah, because
You might as well keep him happy.
if he's looking to sort of hit the crack pipe,
Yeah,
then that's
absolutely.
a problem, isn't it?
He could
Mind you,
be-
everyone seems to pick someone who's
Got to
Ash
be,
Rock.
druggy at some point. I
Keith
think
Richards.
we've all done that. So
Yeah, it must be a problem with the name or something like that.
Oh, yeah, just get a rehab island.
Let's find out. Over to our correspondent, Richard Dello.
he's already admitted that on many podcasts.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Good point.
It's
Good
like
point.
a priory, isn't it? The island. Actually.
Yeah.
Why not?
Richard
If you're going to
Priory.
get over it,
Yeah.
Why not go like full on Ewan McGregor in Trainspotting? You just fucking sweat it out, mate.
Yeah, six
It'd be
cans of
alright.
chicken soup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One bucket for poo, one bucket for vomit. You're done.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're away. I remember that bit
Richard
too
Pryor.
well.
No, it's a good
That
shout.
is a lovely good shout. Strong. So if that's your weakest answer, it's onwards and upwards from here. So let's rumble on to question 2 in that case. What classic, we say classic, noughties album would be in your... Would it be a mini disc player at this point? Or have we advanced into like a
I don't know,
DVD?
it only lasted about
a CD
a month.
player.
didn't it?
Yeah.
CD player? We might have to change that question.
Wow.
So what classic noughties album would be in your CD player when you get stranded?
So there's a couple of albums that I just sort of sprung to mind that I knew I listened to loads in this period. So I'm not sure. It's a bit of a dead heat, really.
Okay.
But I used to love the Verve. Still love the Verve.
Yeah.
And then Richard Ashcroft came out with his first solo,
Oh yeah.
Alone with Everyone,
Yes.
which I thought was the absolute nuts.
Yeah.
And I just listened to it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely that one. And then a completely different one is Van Morrison,
okay.
Magic Time.
That
And
is
I
somewhat
love
different.
that album. I do love Van Morrison, but like some of his like latter day albums are just amazing. They're just such lovely records. And yeah, Magic Time is just one of my favourite albums of all time. And
So if we had to
gonna
really
choose-
pin
if
you
you
up
had to
against the
push
wall,
me,
yeah.
it'd be the Van Morrison.
I think yeah.
Go Van
Definitely.
Morrison.
I think so because you don't know how many years you're going to be on there, and it's
Yeah.
just
Well,
like
it's
Yeah.
eternity.
Yeah,
it's got a
Van-
bit more depth in it.
bit more timeless. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
reckon.
think- yeah.
But yeah, you know, Richard Ashcroft.
Is that why
he did well.
Ashcroft
And I
didn't
think
make it?
also if you were looking to bond with Pryor, probably Van Morrison. I reckon
Yeah.
he'd go Morrison.
Yeah,
over
that's not a bad shout, though.
Ashcroft.
Yeah, I
Keep you
reckon-
on side.
could be-
Yeah, Ashcroft could take you to a dark place if you're that way inclined.
Yeah, man, that could be one hell of an evening, couldn't it?
Yeah.
It's all right, Rich.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I've got you.
Yeah.
Moonlight,
Don't know if Pryor would like
Firelight.
I've got to say it's going to sort you right out.
Don't know if Pryor would like Song for the Lovers, would he? Or,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Probably not the best fit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He might do. He might, mate.
Don't know.
Might surprise you.
He might surprise you.
He might have a soft side. Who knows? Who knows? Nice. Strong again, Owen. Strong again. All right, let's see what we can do with this. We've talked about music. Let's go movies. So what's the one movie from the noughties that you'd have on every night, snuggled up to Richard
Have you
Pryor?
given us a clue previously?
No, I don't
Look at
think I have
Detective
it.
Dell
okay.
kicking
Okay,
in.
it's on it. It's like
Yeah.
Some
Sniffing
patience
around the
still.
house.
I know, it's like I'm like exciting puppy now to lick your face.
Get off my leg.
My lipstick's out.
Wonder what that was. Big Fish.
Fish, that's a great shout.
I
haven't seen that film in ages.
absolutely love Big Fish.
Oh, you're going to be crying forever.
Yeah, I know. I am.
You're a pride.
Wet blanket. Yeah.
But then you got pride to cheer you up.
Yeah. It's
We hope.
Big Fish is just. I absolutely love it. It's it's such a great film, and I do. I think Ewan McGregor's great in it. You know, he's so well cast, but it's just. I don't know, it's just a lovely film. I just absolutely love it. And it is one of those films that I've watched so many times and I still love it every time I watch it. Course. So, definitely Big Fish. That was quite an easy one for me.
Well, yeah, no, definitely.
I didn't see that film in ages. I have to revisit that. It must be coming up in 2003.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly early on. I think. Yeah.
Who plays the older version?
What's his name? Finney. Albert Finney.
Albert Finney, who I also love as well.
Yeah.
You got some. You got Jessica Lange in it.
Yeah.
You got Danny DeVito playing a ringmaster, which I think he does in like three different films, doesn't he? Yeah. But
Typecast DeVito.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but who'd think you'd get typecast as that?
I've never even been in a fucking circus, guys. I keep getting these gigs.
Yeah, but I just. I really like it. I really like the sentiment of the film, and the ending where he gets sort of carried down to the river is just that's really nice film. So, Big Fish.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Very good shout. Strong thus far. Let's see if this one's going to trip you up. Then we're on to outfits and pieces of pieces of clothing. So the 90s was a hotbed of fashion disasters. Let's see what piece of naughty's clothing you might be sporting. Or, I mean, again, in the very first one, Del decided that he was going butt naked.
I'm never going to be able
to
forget this.
he was nuts out, but just a shirt.
Fucking knob out.
You can be as little or as much outfit as you want. So, what might you be sporting on the island?
Yeah, I think like early noughties was really a bad time for me and fashion. I remember wearing those moto jeans that you used to get from Top Man.
Yeah, I know.
They were the most shapeless things. They were basically like baggy denim drain pipe type things that just sort of
just went
hung on your hips and just like that. So those would probably be on, which would be suitably annoying in a desert island.
Massively.
And I went through this horrific stage of buying really expensive, leery shirts from a place called Grand Moda in Lee. Do you remember that? Do you remember Grand Moda?
Oh, yeah, no, I do
that.
actually.
Yeah.
It rings a bell, yeah.
And I actually know the guy that ran Grand Moda. He's now got a really good company.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What's the worst one you had?
I had this Urban Stone shirt, and it was like lime green with these weird multicoloured pattern on it.
Already
lime green.
Do you know what I mean? And I just
you had me at lime green and multicoloured patterns. And I just lost myself.
It's just horrendous. You know, you'd have a
photographic evidence on the website.
Fit just looking at it. It's awful. And then I think just to finish it off would be some pair of horrible loafers or something like that.
Patrick Cox wannabes or something.
Because and that's the thing is I hated wearing that stuff, but that's what you wore to go to the clubs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And and I think back to it now, and I just wish I'd go. Oh, do you know what? No, I'm not going. I'm not wearing that.
Turns out,
but you had to wear shoes to get into clubs back in those days.
Not every time, Del.
No,
not every time.
Not every time. No.
You had a very novel way of getting around it, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So was it tots?
It was tots. Yeah. I was wearing trainers.
White trainers.
Obviously, so you can't wear trainers, can you? To get in tots. Took my black socks off. Stretched them over my trainers.
Nice.
And the same bouncer let him back in 5 minutes later.
But then he looked down at my jeans, didn't he?
Oh yeah, the shoes are fine now, mate. It's your jeans I've got an issue with now.
Yeah, exactly.
So he took them off, just went off in his pants. Went full PE rules, didn't he? Underpants.
Lost property.
You don't have to worry about that shit now, do you? No.
Yeah, I think like in those I would have been sort of, like 19, 20, whatever. and it was just horrific. And then I went.
1920.
I think it was like so.
He's older than he looks, isn't he?
Not 1920. Yeah, I would have actually preferred to have been dressed in something from the 1920s.
He's over 100 years old.
But
he looks remarkable.
Benjamin Button.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, I think it's just some of the stuff you had to wear was horrific.
It was all pretty diabolical.
Yeah, and then I went to, and then I packed it all in, and I went to like uni to do my design degree, and that was like.
Just
where you want. I was like,
tosh,
yes, this is what I should have been doing.
Yeah.
Did you have a burning day of the shirts?
I should have done, but God knows what
I was going to say,
lime green one would have done.
Just melted.
Yeah,
entirely.
just like, it'd have been like the wicked Witch of Eastwick. Like
green chemical coming from it.
Yeah. What's that smoke? I don't know. I just burnt a shirt.
Just like some weird scream that comes out of it.
Oh, that's funny.
It's like a possessed demon. Wow. Well, you paint quite the visual.
It's like a Harry Potter Horcrux or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wowzers, that is a picture we need to see. Well, if we can find it, we'll put it up on the website. Let's move on and save your fashion faux pas embarrassment. Let's talk crushes. Which crush from the noughties would you hope would be shipwrecked with you? And as a supplementary question, what might be your chat-up line to woo them?
Right. So I really struggled to pick a final answer for this one.
Oh, really?
You had so many.
I did, yeah.
If you want them in a conga line, that's fine. Just check them out.
That would be great.
Yeah, through a little revolving door or something.
Yeah. I was so into girls in bands at that point. So I did have a few.
Do you want to give us some honourable mentions?
So some honourable mentions would be the lead singer of Elastica.
Yeah, Justine Frischmann.
Yeah, Justine Frischmann. Abby Hardin from Zootons. Saxophonist.
Yeah, the saxophonist.
Amazing. And Charlotte Hatherley from Ash.
Oh, yeah.
Great guitarist as well. Just to add that in there.
Yeah. It's a winner, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think it would be, Charlotte Hatherley. Yeah.
So is that where we're fine? Nice. We're resting on Charlotte Hatherley with the finger work?
Hopefully.
Great fretwork.
It's a great one as well. And more entertainment as well.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. You've got your Kelly Brooks from that era and all that stuff. But I was obsessed with. Yeah,
but she's got talent as well. She's not like just sort of like pretty face, is she?
She's a bit of a dig at Kelly Brooks. They're all Christ.
Wow.
You're not going to get her on the show with that kind of comment, mate.
Well, I think we've burnt those bridges long ago.
Surprise guest. That's my surprise guest for next time.
Best get on to the agent. It's not gonna work.
No, I mean like as in like musical instruments or something like that. You could jam with her, mate. You could like that's what I mean. Obviously, after you get down to the 11.
In front of Richard Pryor.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's thinking this is some weird crack dream.
I reckon Pryor
What's going on?
With some Van Morrison in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I reckon
Looks
Pryor.
like that girl out of Ash.
Pryor would have a cheeky island wank to that. I reckon.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Finishing off in some coconuts.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Why the hell not? And what about a chat-up line? Did we come
I
up
would
with,
be horrific.
Were you a linguist? Were you a...
No, I was terrible at that stuff. I was one of these people that had to like wear girls down
attrition
over a period of time. Do you know what? Nothing that sort of instant. Just
6-7 years maybe.
It would be like
glances.
I remember sort of girlfriends at the time, and it would take me like a 3 or 4 week period of seeing them in the same club.
Yeah.
Gradually working,
playing the long game.
Yeah. And gradually they'd just be like,
this guy,
okay, all right, So chat up lines were not my thing. I'd probably say something horrific like, "Do you wash up here often?" Or there'd be some. If I'd gone with Abby Hardin, it'd probably some sort of sax pun.
Yeah, I know where you go.
Yeah, it would be something awful like that. To be honest with you,
I like to wash up here often.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate that.
I would have been, been all over you after that.
Yeah, but you're easy.
It's the best line we've had thus far.
Yeah.
You're winning, technically.
Setting the bar low.
Panic not.
Or are you kind of implying a sexist comment? Or is that?
Oh no,
You might
I wasn't
slap.
going there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's slanderous. Surely.
Get our lawyers on the phone. He's done it again. He's done it again. Right, let's move on swiftly in that case. So let's talk about Nemesis. What 90s sort of celeb or icon?
Zeros, the 90s.
Did I say 90s?
Yeah, you're like
Noughties?
that Y2K.
I've got that buzz. The bug's happening all over.
it's all
I'm
over.
freaking out. I don't
bug,
recognise
yeah.
2000s. Sorry, what noughties celebrity or icon would you not want to be on said island with you? So who's going to be your mortal enemy, essentially?
I did start going down the whole reality TV thing because that's
Yeah,
when,
of
like,
course,
Big
it starts
Brother and all
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Lot of knobheads.
But I've got to,
Just read about that. A lot of knobheads.
I've got to go for Pete Doherty from Libertines. I hate him,
Really?
and I hate the Libertines as well. It's just not for me.
He's a twat.
No, fair enough. I thought you might have I don't know why. I thought you might have a soft spot for him.
No, not at all. No, I think he's
He's a wannabe
yeah.
Nick Cave, isn't he?
He's a
Isn't
complete
he?
dickhead.
Yeah,
And
thinks he's well educated and well spoken.
Mate,
And
you can have fun with him and Pryor as well, especially if they're both like going
Oh,
on their
God,
fucking rehab stuff.
there's only one rock left, lads. Fight to the death. Go.
I'd be backing Richard Pryor all the way there.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a fan. So
Anything particular he did, or was it just his general vibe?
He was just, I don't know. I just never got the whole Libertines thing, and just he was just so dirty little scrote, wasn't he? Really,
Dirty little scroll.
Was it the
He burgled the other person's house, didn't he? So he's the other person.
Carl Barrett.
Oh, Carl
Barrett,
Barrett.
It was that way round, wasn't it? It wasn't the other way round.
Yeah, it was
it
the
was that
inside
way
of his
around.
flat as well. It was all written in blood and shit. It was all that kind of.
It just all
trying
felt
too
like,
hard, wasn't it?
it all felt a bit contrived to me. And
Right, okay.
This is what a squat should look like, type.
yeah, I don't know. He just, I found him really uninteresting and pretty boring and just annoying, to be honest.
Yeah, he was a twat.
Did he like go out with Kate Moss?
Yeah.
It's
It's just
like
weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
it's a bit weird.
I don't know. No, not my cup of tea at all.
Not a fan.
Ah, fair enough.
Well, that's
Yeah,
fair
so
enough.
he's-
We'll
he's
back
not
you and
going-
Pryor to take him down.
Yeah.
we'll take him.
We're on board
I
with
can
that.
see that, yeah.
And speaking of taking down, we're entering your last question, and it's another fighting one, I'm afraid. What noughties boy band member do you reckon you and maybe Richard Pryor and who was it, Charlotte from Ash, would all kick the bejesus out of to get to the last pot noodle that washes up on the island? And what flavour is said pot noodle?
Well, for the flavour, I had to go for Bombay Bad Boy.
Oh, yes.
A welcome
because you got to go for that, right?
What are you wiping
Yeah,
your
it's
ass
quality,
with, though,
yeah.
on the island?
I love that.
Pete
It's an
Doherty.
island, isn't it?
Pete Doherty.
With past that.
Yeah, with Pete
Come
Doherty.
here.
Yeah.
You scraggy little
Cheap.
shit.
Yeah, he's useful after all. But I've put here, I'd happily take on any member of Westlife. So
Yeah.
any one of them really.
So last in the 90s, it was Take That got a real smashing
Take
for
That.
most of our guests, didn't they?
A
to
little
be
bit
fair?
of Boyzone with
A little bit of Boyzone
Peanuts.
towards the end,
Yeah.
but yeah, it seems like it's,
No, I had
it's
Zach
happening
out
again.
and Bob. No, out of Hanson.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Hanson,
Yeah, just because
yeah.
But
he'd be the
mainly
only
because he
one.
was 11,
Yes.
he was the only one.
Yeah,
He thought you got to
yeah,
win
yeah.
it.
I love that.
I want an easy
I love
fight.
that meme about Hanson, and it's like, oh, look at him now, and it's like the women from Coronation Street. Or something like that. It's like Gail from Coronation Street.
their mum.
Look over, it's brilliant. It's such a great meme. That I love that. It's brilliant. But I think he's was one of them McFadden or something like
Brian
that.
McFadden, he's the one that married
yeah.
Katona.
Yeah. So
And then went
what
early
more
doors.
reasons you need to kick the hell out of someone? So
We'll go with Brian.
Yeah.
And they were just a cover band, weren't they?
Yeah.
They did. I don't actually
think
know
so,
if they did
yeah.
any of their own songs.
I don't think any of them made any particular
Maybe.
money out of it. have
But if they did, they didn't write
But
it.
that whole era of late 90s, early,
Yeah.
like Steps, they were all just cover bands.
Yeah.
They just, and you think, how the
Yeah.
fuck did they make it big?
Yeah, well, they just
Well, that's why they're all
set up,
touring
they're
now,
just
isn't
teed
it?
up by
Yeah, they
record
don't-
companies, weren't they? Yeah, that's why they're touring now because they've got
Yeah, they don't get-
There's
lots
Club
of piss
3
in.
still rocking it.
Well, they
Free.
don't. You get as like a stupid percentage when you don't write the songs. You just
Yeah,
get
it's
a tiny
nominal. It's
percentage.
Yeah,
When
basically
you're
a
just
performing
performer.
thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
the songwriting is where the money is. But I mean, I think those sort of manufactured acts, a lot of them probably
They're not in
did
it for
get-
the long haul anyway, I suppose.
No, but
From the point
they
of view
kind
of the
get
record
retired,
label, it's
don't they?
in,
When
out,
the
move on to the
popularity
next one.
wanes, you know.
Basically, yeah.
Put out to
Yeah.
pasture.
They'll be pretty
Yeah.
for 3 years, move on to the next lot. They'll be
Yeah,
coming
exactly.
through. It's just a
Yeah.
manufactured lineup, isn't it? But there we go.
Definitely.
Well, that is a great shout to end on as well. Happily take any one of those Westlife scumbags ourselves. But
What's the sauce in the Bombay Bad Boy? What is it?
oh, don't start with this again. We're on a new season. You can't do that.
No, I'm intrigued. I've never had one, so I'm just...
It's just hot.
Just a hot
it's
chili
like a
sauce,
hot
maybe.
hot chili sauce,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Probably got a little bit of a...
I love that. That's the fucking thing.
Yeah.
I enjoy.
That's the one takeout.
The one thing.
Any questions from you, Phil? What's the sauce in your pot noodle? He gets to the fucking knob of the matter, doesn't
Exactly, yeah.
he? In with the hard questions. Old Roger Cook over there.
Yeah, Roger Paxman.
Old Saxman.
Don't let him off the hook.
Don't
Phil.
let him off the... Exactly. Keep him on there. Keep him wriggling.
What's the hot sauce?
What's the hot sauce? Wow. Well, for our first noughties, Desert Island Dicks, that is a bit of a winner. Thank you very much, Mr. Williams, as
good.
ever.
Yeah, well
good.
done.
Good work. Okay, Owen, we also asked you some of your homework to think about your top 3 films and albums of the noughties. We were quite open with this, so rather than being a specific year, we've given you the luxury of the whole damn decade. So what should we start on, gentlemen? Phil, what do you think? Since you've got something in your mouth.
Let's go film.
Let's go film. All right, let's have you got it in an order for us, Owen? Can you talk us through a 3, 2, 1 to build up to the
I had a
climax?
bit of a short list
Lovely.
for this one, but
So what didn't make it then?
So honourable mentions.
Yes.
Dark Knight.
Okay, yeah. Classic Batman. Great shout.
Film.
Oh, really? Was that too?
2008.
It's within the
late
2000s, yeah.
There'll Be Blood.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bit
I
of
love
Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, yeah,
I
of
love.
course, yeah.
He's one of my favourite actors. No Country for Old Men.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
As well. But my top 3.
God, you must have a good top 3 of them.
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
I reckon some people probably
we'll be
say
the
I go
judge
the
of
wrong way
this.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So my top 3, no surprising, Big Fish is in there.
Yeah, of course.
Makes perfect sense.
I had to put Lord of the Rings in there because I do really like the films, but when I was at uni, I just used to stick the extended editions on
Yeah.
in the background, and I'd work through.
Oh, that
the
wasn't
night.
to avoid going to like lectures though. 'Cause it's about 6
I
days long.
just used to work
Yeah.
through the night doing work, and I'd just have them on.
Yeah.
Anyone in particular one better than the
Yeah.
other? Or?
I think the second one's the best.
Yeah,
the
I
best
think
one.
so.
The Two
Two
Towers.
Towers.
Okay.
But I mean, they were sort of genre-defining films, so I think they're in there for me. And then the third one, which some people might think is a bit of a curveball, is Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, I love
Oh,
Pan's.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Great film, isn't it?
Amazing film. So that got me into Guillermo del Toro, and it's just stunning film.
Brilliant,
man.
isn't it?
It's
Visionary. It's
Yeah.
great, isn't it?
Yeah. So that really blew my head back. That film.
Yeah, it's a good film,
So that would be my favourite film. From
So that would be the number 1. So
Yeah.
we've worked out
Oh,
there.
really?
It's a
Number
great
one,
shout.
yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good film. Forgot all about that. But it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is going to sort of trigger us on
Yeah,
a couple of
feels-
years.
I know,
Because
it's a
we've got to be
complete-
year
to be
specific.
fair, I forgot
so-
about Dark Knight as well. Oh, no.
This is good though.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got time
It's,
to build up to that one. We've got a
Yeah.
couple of weeks before we
Well,
get
Pan's
there,
Labyrinth
so-
must be bad.
Yeah.
2005,
Yeah,
something
it's
like
about-
that.
Yeah, it
Must
was
be
kind of
around that
midway,
one.
I think.
Well, as you know, Jim, mine your VPNs are shit, aren't they? They're all
Well,
like-
it turns out I've been reviewing some of those. I've now taken to writing down the day it was released, just in case Phil questions it.
Oh, really?
'Cause I think it's actually Phil's VPN that's dodgy. Because he's the one that comes out with they had the rap party in 1996, but it was released in 2003.
Yeah, when did the Blu-ray
Yeah,
come
exactly.
Yeah.
Nonsense. So I'm starting to. I'm going to be a bit more brutal on this one.
Yeah.
I think.
Be
Start
hard.
calling it out.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it.
yeah.
no more joint fucking
Exactly,
ones.
no,
Oh, hello, this is the man who a Japanese version of something.
That-
And then he admits to me, actually, he didn't admit, he admits to me while I
Did he
was
make it
running,
up?
he made it up. There wasn't even a Japanese version.
This is
I
outrageous.
just had to get it in because I
What
was
was it a
pissed
Japanese
off.
Wow.
version of?
It was My Life Story, The Golden Mile. So it was just like I was a year out and I was gutted because it popped into my head and I was just like, I'll fucking tell these fuckers.
I'll make any old shit up.
Japanese
Unbelievable.
involved.
I wish I knew we could get away with that sort of stuff. I
Well.
wouldn't have bothered doing.
It turns out, the season after that, it's closed now. That gate is shut. Damn it, Del. You slide
Loophole's
dog.
been
No.
closed.
Wow. Okay, this is the
Can't pull
game
that
you two are
trick again,
playing.
yeah.
Right, that's it. Gloves are off. This is it. Season 2, Extreme Rules. This is the way we're going.
They're good films, though.
That's a great little
Yeah,
shout.
great.
Yeah, good start. Should we rumble straight onto your musical choices in that case?
Okay.
What might have been sort of hovering under but didn't quite make the cut?
This is tough.
Because as a musician, this has got to be the tough one, surely.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it depends like which way you look at it. So you've got what do you think are like great albums, like musically and stuff like that, and then you've just got the albums that are sort of soundtracks those years.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of a mix of it. So like I suppose honourable mentions wise, I'd sort of say Youth and Young Manhood, Kings of Leon.
Great shout.
Fleet Foxes.
Ooh, yeah.
Amazing album.
Nice.
Forever Ago, Bon Iver.
I have to listen to that.
I like Bon Iver.
That's the first Bon Iver one.
Okay.
Amazing album. And then things like Kid A, Radiohead.
Yeah.
I love that. And you got Amy Winehouse in there.
Yeah.
We are asking a lot of you because we're asking for 3 for a decade, aren't we? That is a tricky.
So, but I reckon like my 3 would be A Grand Don't Come for Free by The Streets.
Yeah,
that's a great
album.
Nice.
Obviously, the one before that was in the noughties.
Original pirate material.
Which I love as well. But this one was definitely the one me at uni and when we were out in the lash and all that.
Is this like your fit?
Yeah, that one.
Shark
And Dry Your Eyes and all that.
Oh, Dry Your Eyes is great.
Just like a great album. Yeah. And it's like a concept album as well because it's like the story, isn't it?
Yes.
It all bleeds in. So, yeah, definitely that. I had to have a Nick Cave one in there. Abattoir Blues is just work of art. That's got to go in there. And then I've put, Gold, Ryan Adams.
I'll call it,
Yeah, because that I absolutely listen to that to death. They would be my top 3, I'd say.
Excellent.
Nice. Yeah,
nice. And not a Japanese import in sight. Sly son of a bitch. Yeah.
Although there is a kind of Japanese version of Kid A, isn't there?
Squeeze it in. Apparently, we're all up for that kind of thing now. Let's squeeze it in. That's nice. That's a good little shout. There's a couple
100%.
of things in there that I'm going to go and listen to, actually.
Yeah.
It's all these things that trigger us off, and I'd start listening to a couple of things from you. And it's nice to have someone else's point of view.
Yeah, a couple of albums.
We're mildly similar.
I have to give a listen to them.
You watch 7
as well, mate.
I haven't watched 7 yet. Let's not go down that path.
Fleet Foxes as well. I haven't listened to that for ages.
Amazing Fleet Foxes. I went and saw Neil Young at Hyde Park, and he was supported by Fleet Foxes and Ben Harper.
All right,
such a good gig.
But
Fleet Foxes, that album hadn't long come out, and they just came out and just this amazing harmony to start with.
Is that the one where it's just a headshot of the album? It's just
it's all like it looks a bit like an Escher type painting, but it's got ragged wood and all that. And obviously they had Father John Misty was in the band at that point as well. They were amazing. But I think those other 3 were probably the ones I listened to more.
Stand up lists. Happy with that. No discrepancies to pick holes in there.
No stupid inquiries.
Good tonight.
VAR check completed. Passed. Gold stands.
Check over. Lovely.
Beautiful. That's a great shout. Great shout. And thank you once again.
No worries.
Beautiful stuff. Teach you I will.
Yeah, it was a bit, wasn't it?
It's very odorous, wasn't it? Right.
I was just going
to...
Should we get some... Actually, should we get some pictures?
We're going to do the John Cazale challenge.
Oh my God, you are just obsessed with
Gonzalez.
And then we're done. Let's just get this quickly done.
Speedy Gonzalez challenge.
You do this for them.
You introduce it and then I'll explain it.
No,
fuck you, I can't
sure,
say
fucking
shit.
idea, Phil. You step up.
I'll explain it.
Step up.
Go on, go. That's a good
I've
plan.
only got 4 left. Just do it.
Step up.
Introduce it and then I'll explain it.
I don't know what it is.
We're just telling him, we give him a bit of homework. Set by me and then I'll explain it. Let's do that.
You're capable of just jumping.
You're a great man, Phil.
No,
come on, Phil.
Do that way. Otherwise, the listeners get all confused.
No, they won't.
Go.
Right then.
Don't put a fucking sweet in your mouth and then start talking. Oh, he calls me an amateur. Don't put another one in. You're some kind of piece of work, you are, aren't you? Get some pictures now, there, while I'm kicking the shit out of him.
I'll get him while you're all...
While I'm all testy.
You're all naked.
Okay, so shall What are we doing?
Don't worry about me. Ignore me.
Ignore this. This isn't happening.
So, Owen, the last challenge is a new one set by myself. The
Philip
John
Reynolds.
Cazale challenge.
More Italian.
Yeah.
What it more
John
Italian?
Cazale.
Beautiful. Better.
So, for people who don't know, John Cazale was
Nice.
an actor from the 70s, famous for these films. He did first 5 films, which were The Godfather Part 2, The Conversation,
Dog Day Afternoon.
Dog Day Afternoon,
And the other one.
Deer Hunter.
Deer Hunter.
Thank
that's it.
you.
And obviously, sadly passed away. And they were his first 5 films. Now, we've set a challenge. Don't have to be the first 5 films. They have to be a run of 5 films from an actor that we think could surpass that, if not at least be up there with that. Have you got anyone for us?
I mean, number one, let's just say it now. That is a tough gig
That
to
is.
beat. So if you can
you'd
find
never,
someone...
I doubt you'd ever get the first 5 films. That's why I did it. It's just a run of 5 films, any point in their career.
It's tough period, isn't it?
100%,
But-
yeah.
So if you can get anywhere near that, I'll take the hat off that I'm not currently wearing.
Yeah, so this is tough, but I do think this is a good run of films. So I've gone for Christian Bale,
Okay.
Oh,
yes.
and the 5 films,
Okay.
which I believe I think they are consecutive. You got Public Enemies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the John Dillinger thing he did
Yeah.
with
What's
Johnny
his
Depp,
face? John
Yeah.
Depp.
The
Yeah.
Fighter,
Yes.
The Dark Knight Rises,
Okay.
Out of the Furnace,
Yeah.
which is an awesome film, and American Hustle.
I thought you was going to say another one. American
Psycho.
Yeah, but American
That's
Psycho was
earlier.
a few
That
before.
was earlier, isn't it?
okay.
Yeah, those
So,
were all
yeah.
consecutive.
That's the
really?
5.
He's-
That's what I mean. It's getting that run of 5,
He's
isn't it? That's the
playing,
hard
he's playing
part.
by the rules, and he's had to get rid of one of the great films.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
Yeah, American Psycho is an amazing film. But yeah, those are 5. Those are great
it's
films.
funny. Yeah, 100%.
So what's that from? A 2000 and must be about 2010 period. To
I think it's
Yeah, it would
it's
be.
around
Yeah.
that.
2014
It's
or
the
something
night.
like that.
Yeah, around that era. So
Nice.
Yeah, nice one.
Interesting. I mean, Christian Bale don't do many bad films. To be
he
fair.
doesn't know. He's done some great ones. But I mean, some of the like lesser known ones, like Out of the Furnace.
Yeah, I've seen that's the one with
I
Woody
don't know that
Harrelson
at
in
all.
it as well, isn't
It's
it?
such a good film, and
I
and
remember
like the
seeing
fighter,
that
I
one.
love like the fighters.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Out of the
Yeah.
Furnace, I don't know at all. Never heard
Yeah,
of that.
it's a really gritty
That's what-
film. I remember it's got Woody Harrelson in it.
You love Woody
Not
Harrelson.
words you often hear. Woody Harrelson and Gritty.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it is. I can't really exactly. I remember it's all set in like a factory, isn't it? And
Yeah, it's like gritty is a good description.
yeah, I
for
can't
it.
remember, but I do remember it being quite good at the time. Yeah,
And like they're so different, those films as well. Like American Hustle is that really sort of like it's quite funny and it's like quite glamorous.
Glossy wise guy.
Then you've got
big
Out
old
of the
cast,
Furnace.
isn't
Then
it?
you've got like Dark Knight Rises, which is obviously super, sci-fi type thing. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty damn good run.
Yeah, it's
So-
quality, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, you've given us quality and quantity and
Yeah.
breadth. Whereas John, how to say it again, Phil?
John Cazale.
Cazale.
We're all of a certain ilk, you would suggest.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, we'll have to pass it on to some
I tell you what, we're going to have to
Twitter people.
up
See
our
what,
games, aren't we? Yeah.
and to our blankers, see what they agree with it or not.
Yeah. But as
And
a
obviously-
start for 10 again, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
You've
Bloody
done
Nora.
some.
Pass
Was
the
you good
test.
at school, Owen? Your homework has been spot on. Tonight.
Well, he put on the
sound like
Twin
you-
Towers and he
Yeah.
just worked on and worked on and worked
Yeah.
It sounded like a bit of a
on. Or
bully
Two
there,
Towers.
Phil.
Yeah.
Twin
School,
Towers.
mate.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have known
school.
that.
Give some sort of buffing.
Yeah.
Give us your lunch money.
Is that
Give
what
us
you're
your
gonna
fucking
do?
lunch
Were
money.
you going to lock him in a cupboard and
Yeah.
learn him on some radio?
That's what, the only other question I got is like, are you good at cricket?
What?
Am I
Out of
good at
nowhere.
cricket?
Yeah.
I was all right at cricket.
I'm desperate to do a not 40 just blank cricket team. And we, you know,
But it turns out there's
maybe
only 3 of us. So
Maybe,
it's a real-
maybe
it's
it's
a
time to,
Yeah, I was
So any
all right.
guests, we're going to ask them if they're good at cricket and if they're going to join our cricket team. We're going to do one.
And more importantly,
Yeah.
we're best position.
Are we gonna play another podcast?
Oh my God, can
Are
you
we going to
imagine
do
that?
what?
Are we gonna play another podcast?
What, like cricket one?
I mean, I think that's
Yeah.
ambitious, but let's aim for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know positions on cricket, so.
Doggy.
Yeah.
There's wheelbarrow. Today.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help you out on the cricket side.
Yeah,
why
yes,
not?
we got. So that's
Lovely.
4
Yeah.
we got in our team.
Oh, how's that?
There's a bit of pressure asking on Oh no.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah,
what you've done there
it's
is
better then, isn't
pin
it?
a man down. Just go.
Yeah.
Are you going to play for us?
He'll email me later. Fuck that cricket.
Are we still on there?
I don't like cricket.
Fuck your cricket.
We're not.
Fuck your podcast.
The answer said to cricket, no.
There you go.
It was a very spurious question just to come out of at the end of it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and I'm going to do that all the time.
Film. Do you like?
Actually, I can't do it all the
Do you
time.
like cricket? Yeah.
Are you good at cricket?
Were you good at school? Do you
Were
like
you a boffin? Were you a boffin? Did you like cricket? What? Okay. Random answer, but
You go home and start, loads of music questions. If I was going to score and cricket.
And then Phil went weird after his fourth meal. Wow. As a start for 10, yeah. Absolutely delighted with that for a list. And the John Cazale challenge.
Yeah, that's going to kick off.
Is live.
That's going to kick off.
It is. It's going to happen. We'll stick that on Twitter, actually, and see if we can get some interesting comments from that. But beautiful again. Owen, thank you again.
You're welcome.
One more.
So this is one of mine, a song called Jericho. Through my open door and out my open mouth. Well, I fell to the ground, when I lost your love. But did you know I did you proud? While I was waiting, while I was flailing, scratching around in a haze. So I paid up the lawyer and prepared my soul. I pinned my hopes on Jericho, but there ain't nobody knows me like I know myself. I met a little girl who gave me food. She stepped on the road and that made two, but there ain't nobody knows me like I know myself. No, there ain't nobody knows me like I know myself. You know, sometimes I've been wild, and I put my hands up in the trial. I'm guilty of fighting, I'm guilty of trying, I'm guilty of wanting more. So I sat with the preacher to save my soul, crossed with the blood of Jericho, but there ain't nobody knows me like I know myself. I quarrel with the birds the way they flew. I'm gonna bang my drum to something new, 'cause there ain't nobody knows me like I know myself. No, there ain't nobody knows me like I know myself. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, Owen, that sounded absolutely amazing. Thank you very much indeed for your time. The songs were fabulous. Desert Island Dicks was amazing. The film choices, the John Cazale challenge was great.
It's going to kick on.
I think it's going to work. So, yeah, for your time and for your efforts, we thank you very much and we salute you. Thank you very much for being our first guest.
Yeah, cheers, Owen. No, it's quality, mate.
It's been immense. Been a legend. So thank you very much. We'll slap it all over the socials and stuff. If you can do the same for us, we will be in happy places.
I'll get slapping, don't worry.
Beautiful. Reynolds, you're up first. It's a lovely
great
outro.
Who's nearest?
So, well, thank you again, man. Best of luck with the EP when it comes out.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God,
Thanks a lot.
They say that all good things must come to an end, and the same is true with podcasts. So that is your lot. Stop being greedy. Go and talk to your husband or wife, your kids, a friend, your cellmate, maybe a counsellor, whoever. It's only a few days until we release the next episode, so go and do something productive. Go on, bugger off. Love you.
See you.